Hola, amigos. ¿Cómo estás? This is Shifuwealth, and it's been a while. I haven't gone live. I haven't also had the time to do any video for us. But this video is very important because it's going to help in determining the next phase for not just those in my exclusive VIP groups, but also for those who are in the House of Word community and the new developments which I posted about and already taking place, whereby we are collapsing most of the WhatsApp groups and then we just have just one WhatsApp group as well. Now, when you see the title, How to Make 2,700% Gains Weekly Trading Cryptos, I'm going to show you in this video, nothing I say is financial advice, but what I'm doing is number one, I'm going to show you that it is possible. Number two, I'm going to show you how it is going to be possible for you to be able to replicate the result. Number three, and I'm going to give you the number one, I say I'm going to show you how it is possible. Number two, I'm going to show you how it is done. Number three, I'm going to give you the amazing announcements at the end of the session to wrap this whole up. So let's get started. Um, Let me see if I could share my screen. Is it possible to make this amount of gains weekly from trading cryptocurrencies? Is it a possible thing? And that's a question people ask. Are you just saying this for saying sake? Now, I want to give you a review of uh, the last week. I think from the 14th of April to the weekend. So, if I'm to look at my calendar from the 14th to the 22nd, yep, these are flash alert calls reviews I've been giving to my VIP within the past 2 weeks. And we document every call I give for transparency purposes. So every call, every information, both the losses and the wins as well. So from the 14th to uh, I called Umbri, Pippin, CHING, Block X, Flynet, Chemits, Aped, Duma, Hoop, Chain, and Re. Now, the price that when I called, the dates are here 16, 17, 18, 19, 22. So there are some days I called more, there's some days I do not call anything at all. Now, sometimes there would be, I might not even call anything for 3, 4, 5 days or so. But this period, it turned out the opportunities were there. And these were the prices as at the time I gave these calls. These were the prices as of the time I gave each of this call. And this was the percentage gain at the all-time high of how high these coins went after giving it. This coin went 240% higher from our entry. This went 650% higher. This went just 60%. This went 315%. This went 85%. This went 111%. This went 120%. This went 450%. This went 160%. This went 530%. And these were the prices. So when you look at the prices and calculate it with the entry, it gives you this and a total of 2,700 profit with just 10 trades. And the good thing here is that we called this at a lesser amount, and this was how high it went. So there is no losses in any of this on this trade. But here's the thing. Funny enough, some of these trades, after calling them, they actually went lower than the entry. So a good number of persons who got in my VIP might have actually made more profits than this as well. Now, I'm just showing you this that so you know this is possible. This is not trying to come up with a name or a what's it called, a title that is displaying misleading. I am showing you as it is. Those of you who've been following me for the past couple of years now, you've known how transparent I choose to be in everything I do and in all my dealings. So the total number of calls is about 10, and total number of properties is about 10 as well. So let's say between 14 to now, I've dropped like 20, 21 to 22 flash alert calls for my VIP also, which I don't know the statistic how many have in losses and how many are profitable, because we haven't done this. So we just did for like the 14th to the 22nd, and at the end of this week we'll do a review again, and then probably it might be higher or a little lesser as well. That's the percentage gain. But total profit overall is 2,700%. So you can see that this is possible. So this is not me coming up with a title to tell you that okay, you can do this. I'm showing you that this we've done this in the VIP, we did this in the closed group via the calls that are given, and everything and the starts are there as well. Now that is number one. I said I'm going to show you that it is possible. The number two thing is I want to show you the strategy, how we do it, how we do this, how we do this. Now, the strategy of how I'm able to do this is what we call flash alerts. Now, you're going to ask, what is flash alerts? Now, the name flash alert was given by me, and I'm going to tell you why, because of what it is. Our VIP has been categorized with amazing calls, which go on to do 1,000%, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000%, some 500%. Very good gains. And now these gains do not just come overnight; they happen over time. For example, Shina Inu took, I think, an average of about 5 months or so to give about, is it 10,000%? So Luna, we call deal up, took about a year or so, but within that 1 year, it moved from less than $1 to $100. So we are among people who got in that very, very early at the smallest. There's so many calls. Strong did like that as well. Do use finance dealers that we got these coins as very, some of them the 10,000, 20,000. Now these are amazing gains, some 5,000, some 100, but it doesn't just happen. Some takes 3 months, some takes 4 months, some takes 5 months, some takes 6, 7 months. Now these are like mid-term plays, but they do very, very well, and they produce life-changing gains, what we call life-changing money. But there's a lot of issues with people who were in my VIP and they needed calls that could give them money for the now. And some persons were coming in, needed fast money, needed fast gains. They needed something that could produce gains and profit from them, and without wanting to wait for very, very long time. So I had to discuss with my team, go back to the drawing board, and come up with a trade system. And this trade system, I named it Flash Alerts. This trade system becomes different from the normal alpha gems I call on the VIP, whereby I might call and tell you, okay, for the next 2 weeks, we are holding this, or for the next 1 month, we are holding this, or for the next 2 months, we are holding this. So when I give these calls, these are alpha gems, I give duration based on what we are expecting, and they do well. But these are mid-term plays. So looking at 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and they give astronomical profit. But the flash alerts is a bit different. The flash alert is high risk, high reward plays designed to print you from a minimum of 50% to a maximum of 500% or 5,000% within 30 minutes to 7 days. Now, this means that if there is no profit on that trade within 30 minutes from when I posted it to 7 days, on the 8th day, it is Oyo State. What is called Oyo State is Nigeria. In a country like Nigeria, is referred to. It means it's a lost trade. It's a lost trade and has to be closed, or you might want to follow it up as well. But it is deemed as a lost trade because the term flash means fast. Fast. Now, that was the system. Flash alerts comes like alerts. These are systematic alert trades that comes and expect to print you money. That is what flash alert is all about. Now, how do you trade these flash alerts? These flash alerts I call are mostly in two categories, majorly in two categories. Number one is BSC. BSC. Number two is Ethereum. Now, if it's a flash alert that is on BSC, you can use the master sniper robot to trade this very, very fast, whether on BSC or Uniswap. But if you do not know how to use this robot, what you could use to trade this is manually. Most times I also do manually. Now, but there are people who actually use bots or so to trade it when it's called. Now, but this is what I do manually. If it's a call on BSC, I copy the contract address and then paste it on PancakeSwap and use my BNB to swap it. Or if it is with a PooCoin, I just click on the PooCoin link, paste it on my dApps browser, and from the PooCoin platform there, I trade it. I use my BNB to make the purchase. But if it is on Ethereum, I use Ether. So I fund my Ethereum account and then I go to Uniswap. So mostly the contract is dropped or the Uniswap link is dropped, and I click on it, paste on my dApps browser. I make use of SafePower. I don't use Trust Wallet, I don't use MetaMask, but I so have them as well. So if it's MetaMask or Trust Wallet to use, it's the same thing. But I prefer and I love SafePower more. I feel more safe with SafePower. So I paste the Uniswap link there, and then it loads up and I exchange my Ethereum for that coin as well. The gas fees on Ethereum is a bit on the high side than BNB. So Ethereum, sometimes you might pay gas fees from $5 to $30. It varies of or $35 or so. It varies within that range, $5, $35 or so. But for Ethereum, for BSC is almost nothing. Now, this is basically how you can trade flash alerts. But besides this part now is the most important part of the flash alert, which is what are the rules to trading them and the strategies on trading them. What are the rules to trading them and the strategies on trading them? You have to listen carefully on these particular rules and strategies. If you understand this, you will know how to maximize this system, this trading pattern, and make a lot of profit. Now, number one, these are high risk and high reward kind of calls. And therefore, you are not expected to risk more than 10% of your capital on a trade, so that there will always be capital and funds to go around in case there are multiple trades coming at a go. You are not expected to risk more than 10%. Some people use 5%, some 15%. It depends on you. But my policy is that don't risk more than 10%. In case it goes bad, you only lose 10%. If it goes well, you make more money. You don't take the whole fund you have to go and throw into there. The other set of calls are low risk, high reward. And then they are low risk, low reward category. But for flash alerts, they are all high risk, high reward. In other words, the potential of making profit is max. This is why you can see some of them 500%, 1000%, but the risk is also on the high side as well. But this is the thing here. I try as much as possible to filter the flash alert calls that are given. Flash alert calls they're giving. So they are safe. This is why we have a high win rate. But that does not mean that doesn't mean you should deny the risk aspect of it. Deny the risk aspect of it helps you to have a blind eye that maybe you start putting so much money and you're making so much money so fast, and you think that greed eats you up, and then the next one might not. Maybe the next week there's no winning streak and you not lose and you want to. So greed is something you have to watch, and this rules helps you to keep against and watch against this greed. Number two, they are designated to help you print between 50% to 500% within 30 minutes after I post it, to a maximum of 7 days. So like I said, after the 8 days, you could, if there's no movement, you definitely know what you're doing. Now, they are all on BSC or Ethereum. Sometimes we do on Arbitrum as well. And this course actually expected to come in just once or 2 times in a week. However, there are periods whereby it comes in very, very much and a lot, just like the period we are in right now. Now, this is what I do when I trade flash alert. I filter the flash alert calls that are given to look for the very best opportunities that not only will give instant money, but can turn out to become a major Muna, an alpha gem that could produce life changing money. How do I mean? Imagine giving you a call at 100K market cap, and that coin went up to as high as 20 million market cap to 200 million market cap within the space of a year. That means you have been able to take, you've been able to do what we call about 20,000% to 200,000% gain within the space of a year. Even if it's $10, then that means $10 is automatically giving you $2,000 to $20,000 within the space of, let's say, a year or two. That's life changing money. We see people who have this thing, and this is how it is done. They get in early while it goes. But this is it here. I don't now don't mistake my words. You have to like listen carefully what I just said. Now, so this comes with its risks. So this what is what I do. This is my own pattern because I'm looking out for this kind of um potential profits and gains in the long term. This is what I do. When I if I buy into a flash alert trade and it does 100%, once it does 100% and above or whatever around that range or so, 80%, 100 above, I pull out my capital immediately. When I pull out my capital, I allow the profits to ride it for long term. So the profit might either moon up very well or it will go to the dust if the project folds up or so. By the end of the day, I have removed my risks from this platform. So I have no risks at heart. Only have funds in those coins. Now, you might not be like me. You might be like, okay, you just want money to make on a daily basis or weekly basis. So as you make gains, you sell off instantly. You just sell off, sell off, sell off, sell off, or maybe you just leave 10% or 5% or just a ridiculously low amount. But you sell off and sell off and sell off and sell off and move to the next, sell off and move to the next. So you could be like that. So it all depends on who kind of person you are. So if you're the person that wants to just be making one, you can. But me, I'm saying this is high. And the reason I'm saying this is because yes, I have more than enough money to wait. But you might not have as much as I do, and you do not want to wait like giving you the gains, the quick money of $100, $200, $500, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 within the period of time, and this could produce you that opportunities. So you have to keep this in check and keep this in mind. So when you work with these rules, you are safe. Nobody can promise you 100% in the world of trading. It is not possible. There's nobody who does that except it's a Ponzi scheme. But when you have a 70 to 80% win rate in a thing, it is a very, very good thing. All you have to do is to understand the rules and the strategies that are used in applying trading this, and then apply it for yourself to make a whole lot of money. Now, the last part of this, which I said I'm going to, number one, there's a lot of people this kind of things are not for. If you don't know what, if you're not going to be able to maintain the rules and the strategies, then this kind of trades are not for you. They are not your terrain. You don't want to be trading them. If you don't know how to trade on Uniswap or trade on PancakeSwap, then you know these are not your trade. You have to learn all those things as well because this is not for you. Then number three, if you are able to apply these rules and strategies to follow this trade, you'll be able to make money. So different people can come up with their own strategies. Okay, that this is going to work for them, this is not going to work for them. So it all depends on what works for you. So someone can say, okay, any trade that comes, you want to look through it. Like after buying, you want to now go to look through to do some more research, and you could fall in love with it, and you're more bullish than even myself. So everybody's strategy differs. Everybody's strategy differs. But I'm just giving you my own strategy now. Personally, I used, I think, $2,000 for this particular trade. I used to show you guys an example. I used $2,000. Now, but I did not. Yes, it was 2,700%, but the $2,000 did not produce, like you get now. It didn't produce like 2,700% entirely. That means it would have been $40,000 to $50,000. No, didn't do that because I was keeping to my rules. So what I would do, because of this is what I do. I sell off. I put my capital. I sell off this. I put my capital. I always have some there. So at the end of a week, I had doubled my capital, risking just 10%. So risking only 10% on each trade alone had doubled my capital. Of course, there are some I sell. So let's say I'm selling off in bits, in part, and maybe the coin did like 600%, but I end up making 300% or 250%. It's still something. Or the coin did like 300% and make up 150%. Half of it is still a massive reward and a massive gain as well. Many people are looking for this up there, and you have it. So at the end of it, I had doubled my money by 100, my capital by 150%. So my $2,000 was already worth $4,500 within a week, averaging on all those trades as well. Now, this then just if I decide to use maybe risk more and follow a different pattern of just making selling off all at once and just making, I could have maybe ended up making like 15,000 to 20,000, around that range or so. But that is not my target. My target is like bigger. But listen, and like I said, results are typical for each person as well. Now, here is it. I opened the new group, which is for those who want to like still keep up with me on WhatsApp. So we had a lot of WhatsApp groups, and I just want to close down most of those WhatsApp groups, about 3,000 to 4,000 persons or so. So I've been telling more posting since yesterday, and most of you should just go out of the groups. And if you really want to like keep up with me, just subscribe to the newsletter or join the newly WhatsApp group I created. And I posted the link, which I think about 400 persons or so, 300 something persons, I can't recall the exact number, had joined in on that group as well. So I'm going to start a new set of training, which I kept exclusive for the VIP and provided for everybody. I'll start that. I'll give this announcement, and then I will be able to now start taking these calls that I also post on the VIP and sharing for you guys to make profits and make money as well. So, but you shouldn't, nobody should trade this without having to have watched this video, understand this video as well. If you have questions, drop it on the WhatsApp group as well. If you are on the WhatsApp group watching this video, drop it, or if you're in Telegram, watch it. So there'll be other videos I'll be doing with amazing announcements. So this is like an amazing announcement of me. Not just, I've shown you that this is possible. I've showed you how it is possible. I've showed you the rules and the strategies that I apply behind this. And I've also given you a good news that, okay, why mastering this, I will give the opportunity of taking us by the hand as well with the new information I just dropped. I hope this makes sense to you. And look, there'll be more of me doing videos and maybe going live this period once I create a lot of time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you understand better now. Bye for now, guys.